What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. It's your boy, Sir Love. I got another dope topic for you. This is going to be the last video in the contract series. I believe. I may add some on later, but I think this is the last one I'm going to do. It's called merch deals, merchandising deals. We're talking about high-level contracts, things that you may find yourself in along your journey to success, things that you may be striving for, things that you should understand moving forward that everyone should know. This one's called the merch deal. And so let's jump into it. Phase 6. Let's go. So a merch deal, what is a merch deal? A merch deal is something that you sign when you no longer have time to handle the merchandise yourself. When you sign a merchandising deal, basically what's going to happen is you're going to give up the trademark. You're going to give up access to your trademark. Your trademark is the legal documentation that protects images that you've created, whether that's your logo, whether that's your album art, whether that's any other type of graphic that your team has put together. You're going to license that graphic the same way you license a song, just like publishing royalties and mechanical royalties. Watch those videos if you don't understand. I'm talking fast. I should slow down. So, in a merch deal, what you're basically doing is you're giving up your trademark. You're giving up your license. You're licensing your trademark to another company so that they can reproduce your trademark. You get paid for them reproducing your trademark, technically. But in your merchandising deal, what you'll probably do is say, listen, you have the right to replicate my trademark and print it on a shirt as long as I get about 30% of everything that you make. Now, in a merchandising deal, it's very different than what you would consider merchandising as a startup, as a young group that's trying to grow. When you first get in the game, you're probably going to some local printer and you're printing up t-shirts and going to the mall and printing on hats and trying to find, you don't even have a logo yet. You probably just have your name on some shit, right? Then later you get a logo, you get more intricate and you're printing these things out and at your shows, people are buying them for like 20, 30 bucks or whatever. And, eventually you have a merchandise person that's standing there and you've built relationships. So now you're not in the mall. You have like a local printer that's really printing, and they're creating shirts in bulk for you. And you have like a whole bunch of extra larges and smalls and shit just sitting around in boxes in your garage, right? Because every time you guys do a show, you get on the road, people are buying them and you have a table and you probably have some type of custom tablecloth at this point. You're sitting it on there and then you evolve and you got racks behind you and you got stuff hanging on the racks and you got a whole environment that people come and feel your brand. And this is the process of growing as an artist, right? These are all the levels of merch that you're going to go through. You're online, people are buying them online and you're shipping them yourself. And then you realize, oh fuck, there's organizations like Printful and Print Aura and I can just upload my logo and they'll ship it for me. That's perfect. And you start making smart deals like that. And you realize that they're charging you a certain fee. And when you look at the fee, you realize you're only getting about 30% of the sale. Sometimes 20% of the sale, but you're cool with it because you don't have to do any fulfillment. You don't have to mail nothing. You don't have to ship nothing. You don't have to pay for shirts that people don't buy because there's no one that's XXX and you thought you was going to have a XXX customer, but you don't. You got the porno mixed up with the fat size and you slipped up and fucked it all up, right? So you don't have to worry about these things. You keep climbing. You just keep climbing, right? At some point, you get so big that you don't have the time anymore to worry about all these different things, to collect the money and to put it in the bank and do the accounting and pay all the people involved with the process. It becomes a hassle. You have to hire people. You hire multiple people just to handle your merchandise. And as you as an artist, if you're not really up on that, you can completely do it 100%. I think Beyonce has her own merchandising company where she does her own shit, right? At the high level, you can do it. But it is extra work. It does require you to be about your business. You are going to have nights where you can't be like turning up and being a rock star. You're going to have to be about your business to handle that shit. And if you don't want to do that, then you do what's called a merch deal. And in a merch deal, you just license your stuff off. And when you license your stuff off, they're going to give you 30% of everything they make. You don't print anything. You don't buy any t-shirts in bulk. You don't worry about the ink colors. You don't worry about nothing. You just send it over to them. Tell them, this is the type of material I want. I want hats. I want lanyards. I want bracelets. I'm saying? I want gold teeth in it. Whatever you say, I want these things. You guys make it happen. Go sell it. Give me 30%. Deal over. They bring the people out, they bring the merch to the location, they traffic it, they get there, they set up, they bring the tents, they have the whole, they do everything. And they pay for all that extra crap that they do. You just get 30% of everything. Now, the only reason a merch company will give you this deal is because they know that you're selling volume. They know you're doing stadiums. They know you're doing arenas. They know you're doing large venues consistently around the country. You know, you're at least doing theaters or atriums at minimum. Like, you're out there making things happen. You're doing centers. You know, you're not just doing clubs and small, you know, venues that only hold, you know, 500 to 1,000 people. You know, you're doing venues that hold, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people at minimum, you know, probably 5,000 space, and they'll do a merch deal with you. And that's what it looks like. It's really about taking the hassle off and just getting straight bread. I'm not having to worry about anything else. Can you negotiate for anything less than more than 70-30? Yes, if you're larger, you're bigger act, you're doing more touring. Yes, you can, especially if you have like an iconic image that you're getting ready to let them trademark. Oh, hell yeah, you can definitely charge extra for all sorts of different things, but that's a whole, you know, minutia in itself that you're probably not going to get into. But as a manager, you need to know these things. So this is kind of like a manager conversation. You need to know how merch goes, because typically managers are controlling the merch. Artists just think it's cool to see people walking around with their name on their chest, where the manager is sitting there saying, how much money did we make? How many shirts did we sell? How many shirts are left? It's like two different ways of thinking about it. So a merch deal is something that's going to come down the line for you if you get the opportunity to be successful. So like, subscribe, tell other people about me, share, like, subscribe, share more, subscribe, follow. I'm still trying to think of a follow song, but we're gonna figure it out. And someone should submit me a follow song. That would be dope. Well, I'm not trying to figure this out. I got a bunch of you people out here that make music. Someone should submit me a follow song that's just catchy as fuck, that just makes people click it's not follow, it's subscribe song, right? So we can end these videos with subscribe and phase 6 and bring it all together. But I don't know everything. I know a lot about a little and a little bit about a lot. And I'm trying to give you guys everything that I got. This is phase 6. We're knocking things out the park. I'm just doing this to help you guys win. Hopefully you guys can be a little bit more successful. I also did a video series that breaks down the pricing for merchandise deals. So that might be something else worth watching. I did a couple of other videos that break down numbers and calculate 360 payments and all the other type of stuff. You should probably watch those videos too. But let's get out of here, man. Phase 6.